What's up, y'all? As you can see behind me, I'm still out here at the range. Got my jelly contraption still set up. The sun's going down. I'm out here in the shade. It's starting to get chilly. It's a chilly one out here today. So I got one more test in me though. Now these blocks on this far block are pretty full of 22 tests. I've done a couple punch tests and some silver tip and some Norma stuff and some other things. I'll leave some links up above for those. But I saved this front block here. It's pretty much clear except for a couple of 22 projectiles that I didn't pull because I didn't want to fog up and cloud up the gel so we can see what's going on. But we're definitely switching gears on this one, as you can see by the title. We're going to do AR versus AK. And now this isn't probably a fair comparison with the ammo I'm testing here, but AR versus AK, that's a classic. How can you not do that? So what I'm doing today is I'm going to use the PSA, the GF3, 16.5 inch, just a standard AK. So that's one of the tools we're using. And then for the AR, I'm just going to use the good old Angry Joe. It's again 16.5 inch, just standard 5.56 223 chamber on it. What we're going to test in them here today is some 223 that was sent to me. I had 5 rounds sent to me, and you got to forgive me, I can't remember who sent these to me. I've had these for quite a while. These were some of the first ammo anybody ever sent to me. He sent me these as kind of like a bonus, and he sent me some 22 stuff that's already been tested far back, but I can't remember who in the heck sent these. So if you're out there, I appreciate that. You know who you are. But it's just some 223 hollow point 50 grain Federal American Eagle. I'll leave a picture of the box because I don't have the box, but I'll try to put a picture in here so you know what I'm shooting. But like I say, it's 50 grain Federal American Eagle 223 hollow point. So that's going to be our AR. And for the AK, we're going with some good old tool ammo, 122 grain hollow point, jacketed hollow point. As you can see, 122 grain. I figured I'd do a hollow point since that other one's a hollow point. I'll probably have some more AK and AR stuff testing, so don't worry. But for this one, we're going to keep it simple and do a couple little simple hollow points. So I'll be real curious to see what happens here. I think this may be the first, well, one of the first ARs. I've done maybe 1 or 2 ARs, but this is the first AK test I've done in the gel period. So I'm going to be interested to see what this hollow point does for sure. Let me know what y'all think is going to happen. But anyway, let me get all this stuff out of the way and get y'all set up, and let's get started. Alright, y'all know the drill. I'm going to get some speeds on them first before I sling them into the jelly. I'm going to start out with the AK, the 122 grain jacketed hollow point tool ammo. We're going to do 2 round average. I would do more. I got plenty of AK ammo, but I don't have but 5 rounds of that 223, so we're just going to do a 2 round average on it. So we'll start out with the AK, see what kind of speeds. I hope this isn't too close for this chrono, but we'll find out, y'all. Here we go. 2363 and 2344. Let's go see what that 2 round average is. Alright, so the 2 round average for the 122 grain 7.62 by 39 Tula is 2,353 feet per second. So let me swap it over and we'll see what the 223s are running. Alright, let's check out the AR. Hopefully I don't get many or any errors, because like I said, I've only got 5 of these rounds, so hopefully everything works out right. I've got a pretty big height over bore with being this close, but I should be able to compensate for that. So let's see what we get, y'all. I'm going to do 2 round average on this also. So here we go. Got 2864. And 2887, so let's just check the average on that. All right, the 2 round average on the 50 grain 223 was 2,875 feet per second. And if you remember on the AK 7.62 by 39, it was 2353. So 2875 and 2353, that's what, 522 feet per second faster out of the AR, which that's about right. That's about what I expected. So let me get all this stuff cleared out the way, and y'all know what time it is. Alright, y'all, it's high speed jelly time. We're going to start out with the AR first. Again, these are 223 50 grain Federal American Eagle hollow points. I'm not sure if these are fragmenting rounds, if they're expanding, if they're going to tumble like a normal 5.56. I'm not sure, so we're just going to see what happens, y'all. Hopefully the gel can contain whatever it does. Here we go. Alright, nice clean hit. Not sure what happened there. I think it might have fragmented, but let's go down there and take a look. All right, it definitely fragmented and left me one heck of a doggone mess. I'm gonna have to clean out that jelly, man. God, it's a mess. We'll get her done though. All right, let's see what this 7.62x39 will do. 122 grain jacketed hollow point. I'm not sure if this is an expander or if it's another fragmenter or what the deal is, but we'll find out. It's probably gonna fragment and make me even more mess to have to clean out, but let's see what we get, y'all. Here we go. All right, nice clean hit on that. I don't think we came out the side. It's rocking that jelly. Let's go down there and see what happened. All right, y'all, let's take a look at what we got here. And I'm just going to tell you, what we got here is a hot mess. I mean, this is what you call a hot mess right here. Y'all remember, this block was completely clear other than this little 22, and there's a little 22 back behind some of this mess that you can't really see. I'll show you here in a minute. But obviously a hot mess. This in the front, this is from the AK. The back here, that cloud back there, that's from the AR. I'll show you the other side, you'll be able to see AR a little better. But the AK came in here, expanded, fragmented, frag-spanded, I guess if you want to call it. A piece come out the side right here. I'm surprised it didn't. I mean, it's pointed right here. There was melted hot jelly strings all over the camera and the tripod. I'm surprised the fragment, I don't see the fragment, didn't hit anywhere, so we got lucky there. But fragment came out there. Looks like one might have came out here, one might have came out here, and then busted all up, expanded, did whatever. And there's a main piece down here, a sizable piece of the projectile, not real big. So I would say this one that came out here was probably about as big as what's left down here, because that's all that's left. Like I said, I forgot my doggone little digital scale. This would be one really nice one to have it on, but I don't have it. So anyway, that was the track from the AK in the front there. I mean, nastiness. That's just absolutely nasty. Like I say, it broke up, expanded down here, frag-spanded, just went crazy. Let me get a tape measure and I'll kind of give you a general idea of where those wounds are. It's going to be hard to measure the penetration on this just because it's done what it done. But as far as the furthest piece of the AR, the biggest piece, which I'll pull out here in a second, that stopped at about 11 inches. This whole wound cavity, that's from about 1.5 inches out to about 8 inches, and that's full of fragments. I mean, nothing came out the block at all on the AR. All of it's still contained right in there. So all of that fragment and wound channel action. And then, like I say, the biggest piece is sitting out here at about 10.5, 11 inches. Now the AK, the biggest piece on it is out here right at 19 inches. So the big piece of the projectile that stayed in went out here to 19 inches. As far as all that nastiness, it's going anywhere from 5.5 inches all the way out to 12 inches. This big piece that came out the side over here, I mean, that traveled about 15.5 before it came out. I mean, you're just talking about some really nastiness out of this AK round. So it's really hard to measure the penetrations on that. But like I say, the biggest piece is out to about 19 on the AK. Biggest piece on the AR, about 10.5, 11. So let me give you some different angles to take a look at these wound channels. All right, I'll give you a view from above. On the left is the AK, right is the AR. So you can see the AR a lot better now. You see where it came in? It just blew up right there. All that wound channel, you can see fragments coming out of it, out of the cloud there. But everything stayed in the block. Nothing came out. You got a little fragment right there. Big old cloud. You got some fragments there, and you can see the main part of the projectile stops right there and got another little fragment that went a little bit further. Now the AK goes in here, definitely a bigger wound channel to start and a bigger wound channel there as it gets crazy there. And you can see on the left where it came out the side, another piece looks like it ducked out the side right there. And then it kept going here, kept going. Now that one little string there, that's from the 22 that came in the other direction. But you can see more pieces of the AK flinging out this way. And then the main piece kept going. It's right up under that other little 22 projectile track. Kept going, and that's it right there. From this backside angle, this gives you a better look at the AR wound channel. Big, huge wound channel. You can see fragments going down from it, fragments going up. And then there's the main piece that left right there and another little fragment. And then again on the back side, that's the AK. You can see it. Bunch of craziness there. And then boom, right there. It's kind of sitting sideways, but you can see it right there. That's the AK chunk. All right, y'all, I pulled out the largest pieces of the projectiles that was still in there. This is the AK piece over here that went the furthest. So you can see there, it definitely fragmented as well. Like I say, I would say the piece that came out right here was probably almost as big as this piece here. There's several more little smaller pieces throughout, as y'all saw on the other views I gave you. So that's the AK, and here's the AR. The AR looks more like you could still kind of distinguish or make it out that it was actually a projectile. So you see mushroomed up really nice. Obviously shed a bunch of its jacket, some of its lead. Y'all saw all the bits and pieces that was in there. So pretty nice little piece of lead there for sure. Measurement on these, you're looking at 1/2 inch on this 223 from the largest point across diameter wise, and about 3/8 on the 7.62 by 39. Now, like I say, a lot more of this is missing. I could say I'm pretty sure the piece that come out of here was probably just as big as this. And there's, you know, both of them. There's a lot more lead pieces I see from the AK that's floating around in the gel here. A lot more jacket it looks like from the 223. So very interesting. Both of these rounds would be absolutely devastating. I think we already knew that before this test even happened for sure. So I guess the $1 million question is here, which one would you rather use to get the job done, looking at what you're looking at here? Y'all know I'm a huge AR fan, but from what I'm seeing here, oh man, I would go with the AK. I mean, just absolute devastation plus more penetration. That AK was absolutely devastating. Now, the AR, of course, we all know, we've seen it in action. Either one of these would be absolutely devastating, period. But that AK, man, that's super impressive right there. But let me know, which camp are y'all in? Y'all in Team AK or Team AR? Let me know down in the comments. All right, y'all, another jelly test in the books, and that's gonna be the last one for today, because I don't know if y'all can tell on camera, but man, it's getting cloudy, the sun's going down, and it's getting cold out here with this wind. If it was a little bit colder, I swear it feels like snow out here. It ain't quite that cold, but it's got that feeling to it. Very interesting test here, something really different than what we usually do. We made a heck of a mess on this jelly. I got my work cut out for me. AR versus AK, one of probably the oldest debates in the book when it comes to gun people. AR versus AK, what camp are you in? From what you've seen here on the wounds, which one would you choose if you could only choose one of them? What are you going with, the AR or the AK? Like I said, y'all know how big of an AR fan I am, but that AK is daggone impressive right there. That's definitely impressive what that AK did right there. Both of them, without a doubt, no slouch, but that AK really impressed me. It really did. But let me know down in the comments what side you're on here, AR or AK, if you can only pick one. Let me know. If y'all enjoyed the video, as always, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe down below. I got a lot more stuff coming, tons more jelly stuff, and a lot more other stuff on the way, so definitely subscribe. Hit the bell notification icon so when I upload the stuff, you can jump right on and check it out and don't miss it. Check my Amazon affiliate storefront link down in the description like I always ask. If you shop through Amazon anyway, hit that link up first, then go through Amazon like you always do. Doesn't cost you any extra time or money, and anything you buy after going through that link first, anywhere on Amazon, we do get a kickback from Amazon towards the channel, so I greatly appreciate that. Appreciate all my Range Gang members who reached down and hit that join button. That really helps out the channel also. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all who watches my videos, who thumbs up, who subscribe to the channel, and leave me comments down below. I'm curious to see what y'all got to say about this one. I'm sure this was going to be a debate, AR versus AK. It usually always is in the gun community. But like I said, I got plenty more stuff on the way, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see y'all soon.